everybody, I hope you and your plants are coping with the heat waves. At the moment it's really pleasant here. We have around 21, 22 degrees and it's really nice to take care of the garden. We have to weed a lot now and we have to prune the plants so that they grow again, or maybe they bloom again. Like here, I did already one lavender, just to show you how I'm doing it. I can come closer. This one has to be cut, that it grows nicely again, and maybe it will bloom later in the year again. I didn't do it until now because the bees and the butterflies were still going there, but now it has to be done. So that's how it's looking now. Could cut it a little bit deeper, but now I leave it like that. Hoping that it will bloom again, and then in autumn I cut it down more. And those ones still have to be pruned. Yes. I think I can leave it like that for the summer. Now they can bloom again. And in autumn and spring they will be cut again or pruned again. I have a lot of lavender in the garden because it's so easy to multiply them. I have one video where I've done it, where I've multiplied the lavender and I've shown you how I do it. So I can just put this in the description down there. And look here, this one I've pruned already. And now the phlox is coming as well. I really like this color. And there was a lot of those autumn asters or Michaelmas daisies, and it was not really able to grow nicely there, so I took that one away and put it a little bit to the back, to the hedge, and I hope that this one will grow nicely again. If you cut this one now, it will bloom again, and you could also easily multiply it. The autumn anemone is coming as well, but it will take some time. Yeah, those heat waves. Normally these plants here are much taller. They're almost like, let me see here, going up to here. But now where there was not so much rain, now they're quite small, but it's okay. So we watered, but not so much, especially when there are 42 degrees. You can't come to the garden. But the plants are coping. That's good to see. And here we'll have lots of seeds from that plant here. And the Rose of Sharon is starting to bloom as well. So that's nice. The birdies are out already. I was so worried one time because I didn't hear any noise. And then I checked, because it's easy to check there. There's a hook where you can open, you can check. And I was worried that they're in there and the mother doesn't come anymore. The nest is empty. I was now worried because I didn't hear any noise anymore. She first went into that Rose of Sharon shrub or bush. I was worried that there are some birds that they didn't survive, but the nest is empty, so they're all out. Ah, that's nice. Normally I always stay far away from the nest, but now I was really worried. And they're out, so they must be old enough that they can fly around with the parents. They're living somewhere and just enjoying the time. Wow, here we are also trying to get this stuff out of the area. This is, I think, brambles. Oh, yeah, and they're really taking over if you don't take care of them. Yeah, the rose is coming as well. Voila. Oh, it's beautiful. And this one is also growing nicely. I didn't expect that. The coleus looks really nicely. It's a little bit in the shade. And here are is the amaranth. I think we can harvest a little bit of it today. And the roses and the buddleia are blooming, and the butterflies can come. This year I really left some nettles at the back of the garden. What's that? Is that a hoverfly? It's an interesting one. The butterflies are not out yet, but I hope this year we'll have, or next year we'll have more butterflies if I leave the nettles. So here I have to water everything. It has been raining yesterday, but in the pots, and there's so much foliage, the rain doesn't go in so easily, huh? What do I say? The butterflies are not out. I just see one, but that one's going behind the nettles. So here, there's the zucchini, and I've just seen one going in there, and we had visitors recently, and they said those blossoms taste very nice. You can eat them. Maybe I do that, but I first have to eat all the zucchini that I still have at home. Yeah, there I've seen some butterflies, and that's exactly where I left some. You see that one? So where I left some nettles behind there. So maybe they lay their eggs there, and then we'll have more butterflies next year. These ones have to be fixed. They have to be put up there so that they can climb, and that we have more space to grow them. Some are already there. So here, I was busy doing this here. It has been all on the ground, and we are just trying to fix it up there, that it can grow over this trellis. Some tiny little pumpkins are already there. They will not get very big. These are the tiny ones. Yes, so what's I have to do? And those ones here, I have to do the same with those ones, but they are not running away. They are going nicely over the trellis. So what I have to do today is to empty the compost bin so that I can start it new, because I have to cut a lot from the hedge. I have to prune the hedge, and that stuff can go in there then directly. Yeah. Wow, here are some pumpkins hanging there already. You see that one? And this is the blossom of the rhubarb. I didn't cut it off, but it's interesting to see how it looks like. Yeah, I have to harvest some calendula. I wasn't able to come to the garden for a few days because we had visitors, and we were doing some sightseeing, and we just came here to the garden shortly with them to drink some coffee, and then to water the plants that needed to be watered. Hey, look at these ones. It's full of little plums, Mirabelle. They taste really nice, and it has been so windy. The pot, it's growing in a container. The pot is really falling to the side. Yeah, this time there's a lot of things are really growing here. The nectarines are getting bigger and bigger, and here it's other nectarines are here, and those ones I tested them. They were hard, but maybe a few more days and one can eat them if the raccoons are not coming earlier. So, and these ones, they will still take some time to ripen, but there are quite a few. And I hope that the raccoons eat those ones which are on the ground. I left them on the ground, that's why, because then they don't have to climb up and get these ones and leave the other ones alone. Yeah, today the amaranth, you can really harvest a lot of it. And as well some beetroots. These plums look really nice and big, but they still have to grow a little bit and so that they get soft. And what we have to harvest today is the mint. Wow, it's really nice. We have to harvest it regularly because otherwise it gets brown spots. And now look how healthy it still looks. I want to know if those plums are ripening. Yeah, they still, they are a little bit soft already, so we can soon harvest them. This is a jungle. But I said on purpose, I left the nettles here. When I got the garden, that area here behind was completely wild, totally full with nettles. And then the first year we had it, we were here in summer, the garden was full with butterflies. And then we were following more or less the rules that you have to take care and have everything neat. And then the butterflies were not there, or at least not so many as before. And now we let it grow wild again, because then you can enjoy the butterflies. So I think that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day and bye-bye.